We were at a writer's workshop in Chawton at the Jane Austen Museum House, and a very lovely poet called Maura Dooley was running a workshop there. And you know workshops, they bring you in, they chat to you, they tell you blah 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 blah, now go away and write a poem about that. So one of the first things that we did is we had to say where we were from, and we had to discuss this with a partner, and the partner would tell us where they're from, and then we would swap information, and then we have to write from the place that we started from, wherever you called home. I have nowhere that I can call home. Most of the homes that I've left behind are no longer there. You can walk through the air. The house that stood for 50 years is gone. And it's remarkable to see your past, immediate past history fade into nothingness. All that goes across our imaginary living room now is a sheep going mad and defecating and eating grass and stuff like that. And the room where I slept, I just walked through empty air. It's weird. Also, my name, Dónall. English people can't cope with Irish names like Donall. It's got two L's at the end, D-O, fada, that's an acute accent, N-A-L-L, and they never pronounce the two double L's at the end. And the only way I can get people to pronounce my name half correctly is to Frenchify it. So I say, my name is Donald, haha, ne sais pas, mais oui. And that's what I've got to do. Otherwise, it's Donald. And I go, no, Donald. Oh yes, Donald. Have I got it right? No, you haven't got it right. Donald. Donald. Ah! I don't know what it is. And then they said, where do you come from? And I said, the Curragh. And they said, sorry, did you cough? And I go, no, that's where I come from. Curragh. Right? Curragh means a boggy, marshy place. So, you have to write from scratch. So, that started that. So, this is called The Man from God Knows Where. There's an old rebel song called The Man from God Knows Where, 1798 Rebellion. As a little kid, I would know that, growing up in Ireland, blah, 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 blah. The other song is My Lagan Love. And these two feature very much in this poem. So it's called The Man from God Knows Where. I come from nowhere, that you'd know, the name lost in its pronunciation. All the houses that were homes, I walked through empty air, a living ghost recreating an architecture of memory. From this nothing that is left. My home is my sister's laughter as night is falling in 1963. My home is my father's singing, true snowflakes, my Lagan love. My home now, my mind drifting through time as memory flowers into being, and I am once again this me made new. I'm the man from God knows where, a dandelion seed taking to the air. Thank you. Somebody on Facebook, because I put on a poem a day, for the past 2 years I put a poem a day on Facebook. So I put that one on when I wrote it. And somebody gave out to me for naming. I don't know where all these rules come from, but they said you shouldn't put a particular year, the name of the year in. I didn't know there was a rule for that. I didn't know you couldn't say 1963 because it was 1963. It's very particular to me because I was 7 in 1963, and up to 6, I didn't know what a year was. I know I was a dumb kid, I had a steep learning curve. I was very innocent. Kids were very innocent back in '63. And I was just like this personage, this assembly of identity that I lived in a timeless time. And the years flew by me like water over a rock. And they divided each side of me. And I didn't know that that was 1960 and this is 1959. I was too small. 63 was the first year that I actually noticed that a year was a year, it had a name, and when it went, it was gone. And there was another year. It was also the year Kennedy was assassinated, so I guess that marked I stopped living in timeless time and I entered into history. So, 63 stays for me, I'm sorry. And then the other thing that we have to do, if you do these little exercises, you do the old furniture game and it says, think of a smell, think of a sound, what sound would you be, what smell would you be, what music would you be, blah, 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 and it goes right. And then write a poem celebrating the person that you really love from these little prompts. So this is where Maker of Days came out, and it's for my Uncle Michael. It's a love poem for my Uncle Michael, because he didn't get any love poems when he was alive. So I continuously write love poems to my Uncle Michael now. So this is called Maker of Days. You will always be oats, that smell spilling out of a split sack in an empty barn, a dance of dust motes like a spell, trapping summer within its crumbling walls. You being you, whatever the weather, water sprung from ground, the gurgle of coldness, the chitter-chatter of hens gossiping among obsolete, rusty machinery. Dark dock leaves next to nettles, calming the pain far from the maddening stings. Always your laughter amongst the ordinary, everyday shipwreck of things becoming and unbecoming themselves. You, the maker of days in the lost land of summer. And the other one that we had to do was we had to pick an object outside. And I've been to the Jane Austen house about 4 times at this stage, so instead of going, oh, look at that room, that's where she was, this is Jane Austen's bedroom. And you peer into a mirror and you realise, I'm first looking into Jane Austen's mirror. And, you know, you think, in the past just receives of that. But I'd seen all those things, so I didn't feel like writing about them. And outside the shop and the staff entrance, there was 2 little posts where they chain sections off to cut areas off. And I was told later, and the posts were leaning together, and they were chained together, and they had weathered into little faces, so they were like people to me. So that's the object I picked to write about. And I was told that they had a car accident, and the car accident was what drove them together. So this is called Who Only Stand and Wait. They lean together face to face, these 2 posts, no part of the tourist trade, serving only to close a section to an adoring Austen public. I smile at your shy wooden smile, the people you can be to me, chained together by time and accident. I love your ordinary love. And then they sent us around the garden, and we had to find something in the garden, and Marianne, a woman with a delicious laughter altogether, picked a hedge. And she described the hedge as wearing clothes, and that autumn would be the choice of clothes. And autumn tells you to wear yellow now, you wear yellow, you know. So the hedge is forced to do that. And I thought that was quite a nice notion. So I robbed Marianne's notion, and I wrote this. Maura supplied a lovely camel quote about autumn, a second spring. I thought that's a great way to describe autumn, a second spring. So this is called A Second Spring, and it's for Marianne. Seasons of mist and, moans autumn. I'm going to have to stop you there. Look, I've heard it all before. And mellow fruitfulness. The same old chat-up lines. Don't Keats me, please. I'm a dresser of trees, me. Give a certain edge to Marian's hedge. I'm always one thing or the other simultaneously or at one at the same time. Poets really get my goat. Trying to pin one down in a couple of lines. Ugh. I'm a more camel type of girl, you know. Autumn is a second spring. Not a great goalie, but boy, could he write me off my feet. Every leaf is a flower. Jeez, yeah, I can go for that. Now, if you excuse me, I have an appointment with a tree. Autumn dresses a tree. First in yellow, no. Then in red, yes, that's it. The tree shivers patiently, its leaves all a chatter, allowing autumn to dictate that red is the new black. Thank you.